All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. If you're feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. The link is right down in the video description, is in the chat. Click it, you'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family, 25% off selected items at this time. Get on over there, get you something nice, get you something hot, get you a discount, shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University. Over 2,000 videos, all the subjects that you know and love from the general to raw for YouTube. We got the occult, we got alchemy, we got sacred language, we got debates, all world religions exposed, ancient Egypt, Ethiopia, India, old Mecca, black power, politics and economics, and so much, much more. Get over there today. We got hand-picked documentaries and lectures from the experts. We got hand-picked documentaries and lectures from the grandmaster teachers. There is not another website on the planet that can compare or compete. For the Black Power Truth Seeker is a mandatory website. Get over there today. Become a member. Everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon. BPC making noise. We never come. Over 500 exclusive live stream. Hot topics never to be seen on any other platform. We got a boatload of new ones uploaded. We talking about them 3 hour, 3.5 hour visually stunning live streams. I know that's what you want. Is just endless, just fire, pop, 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 popping live streams. Get over there, get that Patreon. Become is tiers for everybody. You know, for every tier, there's a prize, and then we got something for everybody. So come today and check it out, family. SETI on Rumble, King SETI on Rumble. I want you to get over there, subscribe to all my family out there, donate to the general. I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there like to donate, the link right there on the screen in the chat, in the video description. Click it, donate. I thank you. I appreciate you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King SETI, General SETI, Sarah Soon SETI. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends and comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Will Iran use nuclear bombs on Israel in the assassination of the Hamas leader on Iranian soil? You know, they've also threatened to assassinate the Israeli prime minister Netanyahu. I believe his name was it Benjamin. I don't know if it's Benjamin Netanyahu, but they have even threatened to assassinate him. Okay, and so yeah, we looking at very critical time in history. They're actually, the Iran could strike Israel right now. You know, while we talking, they could bomb it right now. They waiting on the retaliation. They've been knocking them down. And when I went live about a month and a half ago, where we talked about how the Iranian president, I believe it was either the prime minister or the president, died in a helicopter crash. I say they hit him. That wasn't no goddamn no helicopter crash. Yeah, them Israelis didn't hit him and took him out. And goddamn it, here it is a month later. They done knocked off the head of Hamas. They done knocked off one of the heads of Hezbollah. They knocking off the top. They taking them out one by one. Okay. And so it's evident. And so they understand that either they retaliate or it's a wrap for them. Now, what's crazy to show you, Hamas leader that was assassinated, he was assassinated. The very head of Hamas was killed on Iranian soil. Okay, now that was crazy. They thought that the Israelis snuck into Iran and assassinated them. But now they realize that they own some of their own that's in the Republican Guard, which is supposedly the top guard of the Iranian military. They done bought some of them out to actually put the damn bomb and put it in there. Yeah, it don't make no difference whether it was Israeli, whether it was United States, it don't make no difference. They all the same. Those is all, when you talk about the seven-headed hydra, so all of them is the heads, one of the heads, and so it don't make no difference, which one, who did it. They had all, but that just lets you know that they got some, they got some, Iranians right there in their own house. They done bought and sold their ass that went in there and put that bomb in there. And so they start cutting heads in the Republican Guard and certain higher ups. They done knock, these are the Iranians because they embarrassed that somebody that, they could get another nation to pay off some of their own to go in there and put, bombs in play to take out Hamas, and take out leaders of these so-called terrorist groups. That was very embarrassing. Okay, so but it just show you, that these and I keep telling people, and people be talking crazy, talking about this nation is a threat, and this nation can see, the and I like I say, anybody can be defeated, but how do you defeat them? Okay, how do you defeat them? This is this is what comes into question. It's not that you can't beat somebody. How do you beat them? Are you thinking you gonna out bomb this motherfucker? You's a fool. You know what I'm saying? It's ways into defeating your enemy. But are you gonna out bomb me? Okay, we waiting. We waiting. I'm waiting for a motherfucker to step up there. You know, you know, we waiting on, the nation that's gonna do it. See, it's ways of doing that. See, that make you go into your mind and come up with the way. You know, that mean you go into your mind and you come up with the way. But it ain't gonna always, even in the art of war, it tell you, you know, if you small and your enemy is large, then you don't you if you try to attack this, and it's been, you got these glorious stories, you got these glorious stories where this little nation beat this big nation, these Davis and Goliaths. Yeah, that shit don't happen every day. If you do statistics, when the big armies show up, it's gonna kick the little army's ass. That's really that's what the statistic. Yeah, it's gonna be some glorious stories. Yeah, it's gonna be some glorious stories. Well, little army beat a big army. You see, but if you face him head on, majority of the time you going down. Period. You wanna. We can go over all the wars of in the last 100 years, and we can do the statistics, and we'll show and prove. Okay, we'll show and prove. You know, and when we look at statistics, because the numbers don't lie, mathematics is a divine science. Okay, put it in the balance and let's see. Okay, put it in the balance and let's see what it turned out to be. Most of these motherfuckers, they get to running off of Saddam Hussein, of Iraq. had a 1 million man army. He threatened the United States. He threatened the West, period. He said, God damn it, y'all bring y'all ass over here and we're gonna put y'all in the grave. God damn it, they went over to Iraq in 2 weeks. They was digging Saddam Hussein ass out of a hole in the ground. He was hiding in his own people. And the crazy thing about his own people showed where he was. Okay, so no, he didn't do that. They trampled down on their ass. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have the political know-how. Some of these cats out here got political know-how. They're gonna figure a way around that. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna figure a way around that on how to build a nation up and keep him on the outside. But to threaten him militarily like that, knowing and put, and it's one thing. If the life of the nation is in the balance, you have to do what you have to do. Okay. But if the life of the nation is not in the balance, then figure out another way. You see, where where you don't leave millions and millions of your people in the goddamn grave and still in slavery after the goddamn fact. That's what make it even goddamn worse. You kill off millions of motherfuckers and you're still in slavery even after that. What sense do that make? Okay. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Go into your mind. There's ways of doing that. Start cutting off their goddamn culture, first and foremost. You see what I'm saying? Stop, cut off their culture inside of your house. You know what I'm saying? Cut off their culture. That's where you start. Motherfuckers don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They want to talk, they don't want to do that. They still want to live the Western life. He was still living the Western life, walking around with European suits on and shit and this, that, and the third, a part of Freemasonry and all of that. Still indulging. Uh, 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 what's his name? Gaddafi did the same thing. You understand? In Libya, he said that they bring their ass over to Libya, and I don't say this to and he threatened them, and they was and before long, man, they was dragging Gaddafi through the streets, dragging his body and shit. They had his, you know what I'm saying, and pulling his body, tied his neck to the damn back of a bumper and drug his ass through the streets of Libya. Okay, I don't say that, because it got to be another way. You have to and keep honor, for your people and build your civilization up, and without, bringing the goddamn the dragon to your goddamn to your gates, the gates of your nation, knowing damn well. And like I say, if you got to do it, then there's no other answer. There's no other answer. And so here it is again. You got Iran, and they want to wave the red flag. Yeah, they want to say what they're gonna do. They're gonna bomb the shit out of Iran. That's what they're gonna do. Okay, y'all want to prove this shit? Let's prove it. Let's prove it. You see, they threatening and shit, this, that, and the third. And I don't give a goddamn because all of them the beasts. I don't go there and say this. They all the beasts. You can't. They all the beasts. So what difference do it goddamn make? They gonna bomb the shit out of Iran. Okay, if they fuck around and they bomb and they bring any severe damage to Israel, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna drop a nuclear bomb on their ass. That's what they're gonna do. They always talk about the United States and Russia and China, which got more nuclear bombs than any nations on the planet. But people don't know that the Israelis got up to 100 nuclear bombs. They keep it on the down low. That's like when they assassinate these leaders around the world. They don't take credit for it. They keep that shit on the hush hush. They that kind of nation. You see what I'm saying? But you say Farrakhan is defending the Arab because he's Arab. He don't never speak to what the Arabs is doing in Africa. He don't speak to them. That's why I don't give a goddamn. They don't talk about that Hamas was in league with many of them damn Arab terrorists that's in Africa. But they talking about free Palestine. And here it is, Hamas is in league with Al Qaeda and ISIL and all of that. They in league with them. Okay. They in league with them. But nobody talks about that because they see everybody else plight and misery, but they don't see the plight and misery of African people. You see, they don't see that. So I don't give a goddamn about Palestine. How dare South Africa, defend Palestine, and then you got all of these damn terrorists all through Africa trying to seize the continent of Africa and make it, the whole continent, the stronghold of Arab people. Man, please. I don't give a goddamn what happened. You see, but what you should do is look at what's going on and get some science out of it. Niggas don't have no global view, you see, about what's going on. They don't have no global view. These niggas can't see past the corner store. You see, everything in many of these outsiders got more control in the United States than we got. We got some power, but they got more political power than we got. You see what I'm saying? On the outside got more goddamn power because we don't, and we could have it, but we don't want that. We don't want that. And so that's the reality. We don't use the strength, the inner strengths that we got. That's really what I'm talking about. That don't require nobody on the outside to do shit for us. Don't require nobody on the outside to do shit for us. Because if we master what the inner strengths in which we possess, we wouldn't have to ask a motherfucker for shit. We would go to the lead, that we would lead the race. We would lead the race. And so we have to look at what's going on today, because war could come to this soil easily. Okay, what you gonna do? Who you gonna depend on to defend you? They gonna expect that every black man and woman over here gonna pick up a child, gonna pick up a gun and fight for America. That's what they gonna expect. But goddamn it, they come over here and it get real ignorant. You think they gonna defend you? You think where you gonna get some defense from? So yes, this is we think of we don't think of ourselves as being international beings, but we are what goes on around the world also affects us right here in our community. And that's why I always think of geography and what's going on over here, because the reality is it's affecting whatever's going on around the world is affecting us right here. Okay, so we should have layers of political thought. Yeah, we have our own city, we have our county, we have state, we have nation, we got region, then you got the global. You got to think on all levels, and wherever you lose your presence, that's gonna be your weakness. You know what I'm saying? That's where you're gonna have a weakness. You shouldn't have no weakness in no areas. And so we talk global over here. Well, most motherfuckers ain't gonna even talk. I don't know no other website that really talk about what's going on around the world. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on over there is going on in Africa. I did a lot of the terrorist groups that's in Africa. Niggas didn't want to hear that. Niggas didn't want to hear that. They didn't want to talk about that. They don't care because they disconnected from their ancient cultures. And then and today you got some niggas in Africa that don't reflect or ain't supposed to reflect because they ain't from the divine lineage, and and so you got two manifestations of Africans that exist. You got those disconnected, you got those that's connected. And so when we see those that's disconnected, we act like they own Africa. We act like they own African culture. And because we disconnect from them, we supposed to disconnect from our ancient lineage. That's not true. That's not true. We just like a pyramid. You see what I'm saying? And every layer of who we are, we supposed to accept that. Yes, we are, we got one layer of the pyramid where we're blacks in America. We're indigenous blacks in America. Yes, we are. And that's one of our legacies. But we also come out of the great civilizations of the Kushites, of the Egyptians, of Ghana and Mali and Songhai and all over Africa. We come out of all them cultures. You see, and that's why we manifest in such high regards in all subjects and sciences and skills, more so than any other, because they brought some of the best and most skilled and most learned Africans to America. They didn't just go over there and get a nigga that just can't perform. Anytime a military go into a nation, they go for the head. You see, they go for the scientists. You see, they don't just go in there and get anybody. They go in there and get the scientists. Where they at? That's the first thing they do. When the military come in, they looking for your scientists. Who making these bombs? Who making these planes? Get them over here? Who the head? Who the political heads? Get them over here. You see what I'm saying? They don't go in there and get the scum of the goddamn earth. When they attacked Germany, you see, and they defeated Germany, you know what they did with them scientists that was over there? When you talk about the missiles, how United States and Russia develop missiles, you know how they develop missiles? From Germany. They were the first ones that had the missiles. They were the first ones that was making that atomic bomb. And they was damn near close to getting it. And that's why they hurry up and put the rush on Germany before they got that damn atomic bomb. But they took all them under what they call Operation Paperclip. And they brought all them German scientists and some of the leaders too. Even that motherfucker IBM that created IBM. He was the one that was putting the numbers on the damn Jews over there. He was the one that created IBM. So they took all them scientists from over to Germany, and that's how they created, and they split them up. Some went to Britain, some went to Russia, and that's how they created the modern military, the modern missile systems, the modern atomic bomb, when they went in there and got them scientists. So, and when nations attack another nation, that's who they go and get. They don't go and get nobody that can provide for them knowledge. So when they went into Africa, they was looking for all the skilled Africans, those that could smell irons, that could cut diamonds and all of that, and that could do all of these things, that had skills, and they brought them here. And that's how United States got ahead of most nations on the planet, because of the skilled and advanced understanding of Africa. So yes, we are part of Egypt. Yes, we are. We are part of that. And we can break that down on a greater level. Because when they attacked Egypt and conquered Egypt, many of the learned Africans, they fled west. Many of them fled south, anywhere to get away from the northern region, because the Arabs and the conquerors had come in there. So they went and they and they provided their skills in other areas of Africa. And that helped, you understand, along with those who were in the areas who were already learned. And then you got Africans coming up out of, the Nile Valley, coming into the area. They combined and created other great civilizations. Then they came into Africa, and and people don't understand. They took Africans from every area of Africa and brought them over here. And yes, it was Africans already here on top of it. You see, on top of it. So, we there's many aspects of who we are as a people. But, so when you understanding what's going on over there in the Middle East, they didn't, they didn't sent over more aircraft carriers and more strike groups, and you know what I'm saying? So it could get ugly. It could get ugly. And Iran says it don't worry, it's not worried about whether the retaliation will cause a nuclear, not a nuclear, but world a war. And and Russia is supposedly an ally of Iran. You got South Africa. We're gonna see how close they are. We're gonna see they got that BRICS coalition. I want to see if BRICS is gonna come to the aid of Iran. I'm gonna see if South Africa gonna come to the aid of Iran. I'm gonna see if Russia or China or any of them that's in Brazil or any of them gonna come to the aid of Iran. When they see them drop them goddamn bombs, all they gonna do is protest in the UN. They ain't gonna send a goddamn soldier. No way. They couldn't even get him over there if they wanted to. You understand what I'm saying? They couldn't even get them over there if they wanted to. So we see all the fronting and flogging and shit that most of these damn these nations is they pretend, and people think that Russia is as powerful as the United States. Man, they over there, them Ukrainians over there kicking in Russia ass. They ain't took that shit yet. You know why? Because the United States military equipment is more advanced than Russia. Okay, that's really what it boils down to. And so that's why they always threaten to drop a bomb, because they know that the conventional army that they possess is not ready to fight no damn United States. The United States in a conventional war will kick Russia's ass. That's what it boiled down to. And you can believe that if you want. Take your ass to Russia and join the Russian army. Yeah. And China. They were just talking about them planes and shit that China is, they done stole some technology from the United States. The planes look like the United States plane. Them motherfuckers ain't even stealth. They fly them motherfuckers up in the air. They'll knock them motherfuckers out like they paper airplanes. You see what I'm saying? That's just the reality. Okay. United States then circled China. Circled China. What the hell is y'all talking about? You see them trying to circle the United States. They ain't gonna let that shit happen. They're not gonna happen. If they was as powerful, they should be able to do the same thing that the United States is doing. Just not gonna happen. You're gonna have to figure out another way, family. You're gonna have to come to reality. Am I saying that? And does that mean I support the United States? No, I'm able to. They're just like two boxers come in to the ring, and I see, and motherfucker, when I seen they're just like when Michael Spinks. They're just like when Marvin Frazier got in the ring with Mike Tyson. Soon as I was like, man, Mike Tyson gonna kill that motherfucker. You see, just because I know what he possessed. Am I, what the fuck? You can't, and that's what's wrong with niggas. They just can't see reality. They so emotional, and they always, roll the dice, and just because they, okay, this is the oppressor, and yeah, we hope for all the downfall of our oppression and shit, and this, that, and the third. But that, yes, we should do that. But that's emotional, and that's emotional. It's not like we doing anything other than hoping that he fall. But the reality is, emotion and military strength is two different things. You could want your oppressor to fall, but if that motherfucker got more than what you think the other motherfucker got, then that's just emotional, belief. Okay, that's just emotional belief, calling it like it is. That's just like most motherfuckers, they talk all this shit and this, that, and the third, and the goddamn police nigga come down in the goddamn hood, and niggas is running and jumping over garbage cans and shit and fleeing. They ain't trying to beef with you ain't even trying to beef with the police, nigga. You be running and hiding and throwing the heat and all that shit. Every blue moon you see a motherfucker, but that's every blue moon. You don't want no beef. You don't want no beef. When they roll down the street with the little police tank and shit and this, that, and the third, motherfucker, you fleeing. Most of the time, they're going to pull the whole side of your motherfucking crib down, go in there, blow you up, throw a bomb in there, and come get your body out of there. That's what happened. That's the reality. And so you got to figure another way to deal with that other than being so emotional that you can't accept for reality, logic for what it is. You see what I'm saying? And once you start using your mind and strategizing, you can beat him. You just ain't gonna beat him like that. You see, and you ain't gonna do it that way, but you can do it and be totally victorious. Okay, I ain't saying it in conjecture or nothing like that, and be totally victorious. So that means you need to go in your mind, go into your spirit, and understand what your divinity is. And once you understand who you are, what your divinity is, what your prowess is, what your strengths is. You see, and once you master that, victory is only a step away. This is General Sarasun said. He said, "Hey, hit me up, family. Support the general. Hit some of them links. We got the kingseti.com, generalseti.com. We got Patreon. All of it gonna blow the mind, family. Hit me up. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power."